Great. So that was a long trip. We've managed to get to Hong Kong, traveling on the good ship practice again. So today we're visiting Daisy. Daisy, would you just like to introduce yourself first of all?
Okay, my name is Daisy, and nice to meet you all. I am from Hong Kong, and I have been teaching in the university for, I guess, less than 10 years. And before that, I actually work as a marketer in the commercial field. So that's why, and now my research interest is more on a field that what we call social marketing. That is, we use commercial marketing skills to change people's behavior, so as to because of the behavioral change as an outcome. We hope it will be we will have beneficial changes for the individual, the society, and the environment as well. So that's why we call this field social marketing.
Could you, Daisy, I should have asked for the first question. Could you tell us something a little bit about where you are right now as well?
You mean physically?
Physically is good, yeah.
Yeah, at home in Hong Kong.
Cool.
Yeah. Basically, in the last few months, we're kind of like not allowed to leave home, not even to have our haircuts, and the social distancing measures has been lessened in last week. So I have been out for my yoga for the whole week, and I just got back home. So now I am at home.
Yeah, we've been struggling to have haircuts on the ship as well, as you can tell. Natalia, I'll pass over to you for some.
Thank you. Daisy, so you told us that you usually work with behavioral change theory, but then we found you on the map of practice theory. So how did you find yourself on the map? How did you encounter practice theory?
If I remember correctly, I saw a reading room, or I forgot the event, something like this being promoted in Twitter, if I remember correctly, and that's why I joined that event, because it's kind of like based on the name practice theory, I'm thinking whether it will be something similar to what I'm working on. So that's why I attended the event to learn what practice theory is. So that's why, as I mentioned in my email, I don't really know whether I'm working in the field that you are investigating in.
So during this encounter with practice theory, did you find it interesting, potentially helpful in your studies?
I actually I thought I attend this event once, and the second one was postponed or cancelled. I forgot, and honestly, I don't really understand what it is after the first event, because it's kind of like too philosophical for me to understand, because my research are more quantitative research, and I'm not that into because in that reading room, I guess, that event, we have to read some papers, and then we have to share our view. Actually, I don't really understand those philosophical stance behind the papers that we I don't know why this and I don't know whether I may use the theory in my research. Yeah.
So then tell us a little bit more about your approach. Like what ideas are you currently working with? Concepts, ideas.
As I mentioned, I'm working in the social marketing field. So we kind of like use the I don't know. Are you guys what disciplines are you guys from? Business or social science or
sociology?
Sociology, me. Yes, we're all sociologists, more or less.
Oh.
Geography, maybe. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So I don't know whether you have some basic understanding of marketing. So it's kind of like 4P, the product, price, place, and all this. So we are applying this concept like so I am working on projects like how to influence healthy young adults to take their seasonal flu vaccine, and how to influence people to waste less food, and to reduce the use of single-use plastic and all this behavioral change. And there are a lot of ways to change people's behavior. And in the social marketing perspective, we kind of like use the marketing principle. Instead of having you guys to buy more iPhone, even though you still have the iPhone 11, 12, and 10 that are still working at home, and you still go out and buy the iPhone 13, and we use the same skills to influence behavior for social, for the benefit of the society. So this is what we are now doing. So my partners are mainly in Australia, and they use the same technique or behavioral change theories or methods to protect the koala. Is it koala, the animal that only in Australia who sleep on the tree?
Yeah.
Koala. Yeah. And how to, because it's kind of like they die mainly because the pet dog attacked them. This is the highest numbers of death. They run social marketing program to protect the wild animals, and to protect the ocean and all this. So yeah, these are what we are doing. So we mainly use behavioral theories, like some people use those basic theory, like the theory of plant behavior, theory of action, recent action, and all this. And we now get into the combi theories. I don't know whether you get into that, because it's kind of like whether we want to do that. So lots of people want to be healthy and want to exercise a lot, and you need motivation, you need facilitating condition and all this. So we kind of like use this kind of theory to back the planning of our intervention strategies, so as to influence behavioral change.
Well, I know, Elizabeth, you're interested in tribes, aren't you? So it might be.
I am, yes. So Natalia, you can tell from her hat, she's a tourist. She's just jumped on the boat and she's just enjoying different cities and so on. But I'm much more serious than she is. I'm a serious anthropologist, and you can tell from my kind of
yeah, you do look like that.
Yeah. So you mentioned, you're part of a tribe of behaviour change people with colleagues in Australia, and I'm wondering whether you think these kinds of ideas, is this what holds the tribe together, a common belief in behaviour change, and how, you're obviously adventurous because you went to a practice theory reading group. So tell me, how tight is this tribe? How open is it? Who's, how do you see yourself as part of a behaviour change field?
That's a big question. So, and in fact, as I mentioned, I changed my career from practitioner to academia in just a few years. So, and in fact, I'm also learning to do academic research and to publish academic paper. Okay. And so based on so in fact, I'm learning from my co-authors.
Yes.
So based on my interaction with them, I feel that they are quite open. So they work a lot. They spend lots of efforts to promote the concept of social marketing, But at the same time, they also acknowledge that social marketing is just one of the way to influence behavior change, because there are so many the expertise of you guys, and there are lots of social science or social policy and sociology theory that also try to help people to live a better life. So, and we only see that we are working on one of the many possible way to change people's behavior, and so there is no right or wrong or good or bad. So when we do, say, for example, systematic reviews to learn from all the previous studies in terms of what are the good practice, what are the area for improvement for us to formulate our next program. We don't just look at practices from social marketing. We look at practices that try to change the same behavior from all kind of perspective.
Different angles. Yeah, that's great. I mean, it's interesting to think whether it works. Do you have any experience of behavior change theories making a difference?
Yes, and
just one example.
Yeah, and so for us, and the first thing we do will be segmentation.
Okay.
So what makes us different from other behavioral change practices is that we don't use what we call one size fit all solution. So you cannot go out and tell the whole world, hey, and don't use single-use plastic, and you hope that everyone will respond to the same set of program or intervention in the same way. So this is actually how we transfer the knowledge of commercial marketing to social marketing. Because if you go out and see the brands that sell shampoo or cosmetic product or even mobile phone, and we did segment the market before we create a product, and before we create the advertisement that influence people's purchase behavior. So that's why when we try to make social change, we segment the market first.
Okay, that's great. And it's really amazing that you've come across the practice theory web, and I hope you encounter it more somehow, maybe not through the reading group.
Yeah, I'm waiting for the upcoming years.
But we need to move on now. So where would you like us to go? Where on the map do you think we should explore next?
Japan, the next Asian countries.
Why don't we go to Japan? Right, let's go to Japan. And as we go on our travels on our way to Japan, Daisy, have you got anything that you would like to give us by way of a souvenir of our visit? Is there
my cat? Yeah.
Well, I'm sorry to deprive you of the cat, but we'd love to have a cat with us. So if you could send us a picture of your cat, our cat now, that would be great. And one thing we probably need to know is, what is the cat's name?
Mui Mui. So it's a Chinese name. Yeah, it means little sister.
Great.
I'm not sure.
We can take that on board. We can take that on board, Captain, can't we?
We can. I'm not sure how Flipper the goldfish will feel, but
never mind.
We can, I'm sure.
Yeah, she don't eat fish. She doesn't eat fish.
Oh, she doesn't eat fish. Oh, she's a cat that doesn't eat fish. Perfect. Yeah, no, she's welcome.
She eat biscuits, pet food.
Okay, no worries. I'll send you.
We'll have to have a bag of that as well. Thank you very much for that.
Yeah.
Okay, Daisy, great to meet you.
Thanks, Daisy.
Thank you, Daisy, and
good luck with your trips.
Yeah, and good luck with protecting koala bears. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.